Hello and welcome to One Trinity Place in San Antonio, Texas. We're all set for Game 1 between the Sewanee Tigers and the Trinity Tigers. Just barely beat the buzzer on this start time, able to get up here, get the cameras ready as this rain has temporarily stopped. Game 1, Sewanee and Trinity, as we'll run through the Sewanee Tigers starting lineup. They'll start with Petrocco, followed by Teal, Fortman, Pinzon, Yu, Bagwell, Genuine, Endress, and Laneberger will round out everything in the 9 spot. And on the mound for the Tigers, it'll be Jake Beck today. Beck making another start for Trinity, as he has for most weekends of this year. Beck's last appearance, 5 1/3 innings against Southwestern, 8 strikeouts, only 2 walks, 4 earned runs allowed. He makes his 8th start of the season. I'm Cole Isaacson, joined alongside Shepard Tyler. And Shepard, good to be back at home. Tigers have been on the road for a while.
It's been a while.
3 consecutive road weekends, back-to-back in Georgia against Oglethorpe and Barry, and then the quick one up the road to Georgetown, playing Southwestern. Still 3 consecutive weekends on the road. Tigers definitely happy to be back at home.
Be nice to sleep in that own bed.
Wind will rip throughout the day. Get used to it, folks. We will. Beck on the mound, facing Petrocco, as we're underway from San Antonio, Texas, with strike 1. Wind blowing directly in from left field right now. That should shift, and you'll hear it in our microphones pretty much all day, and for Game 2 probably. That's usually how these things work. Second pitch from Beck, grounded to Baker, who goes down to one knee to field it, flips to Beck in time for a quick out number 1.
And I think that's going to be the deciding factor today, is how well the Trinity defense can play with this wet field. They've had some issues in the past with errors here and there, very poorly timed errors, and so if they can play strong defensively, even though it's pretty wet out here, I think they'll have a good result.
We'll try and do that against this Sewanee offense that loves to challenge defenses, loves to put the ball in play. You'll see that frequently today, as Teal, the first baseman, will step up to the plate. Waiting for his first pitch from Beck. Went around, strike 1. Charlie Teal, a .292 hitter on the year. Two-way player for these Tigers.
I'm always impressed by that. I can never imagine taking on that level of workload.
The 0-1 misses, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Beck delivers. Pitch misses low. Working with Thomas Moss behind the dish today instead of his usual catcher Matthias Riding. Stands to reason that Riding will get one of these games off in the doubleheader. The 2-1. Outside, 3-1. That's one thing with Beck that we've seen throughout the year, is that he doesn't walk a lot of batters. The strikeout to walk ratio actually pretty impressive overall. It's been the hits that have gotten to him.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what he's trying to do, is not necessarily walk him, but not give him an easy, cake pitch that he can take for a ride.
Misses, ball 4, and the first Sewanee base runner of the day reaches in the form of Teal. Brings up Zach Fortman, the shortstop today, hitting 3rd. Works with 1 down and 1 on. Fortman, 418 the average this year, 35 RBIs. Takes a pitch inside. One thing to watch with Sewanee throughout this 3-game series is they are 20th in the country in sacrifice bunts.
Wow.
Fortman not squaring up there, but definitely something to keep an eye on, especially with the slick turf.
Yeah, that's going to make bunt defense very difficult today.
Takes a strike. Fortman, all SAA second team last season. He has a hit in 10 of his last 12 games so far this season. I believe the home plate umpire telling Beck he needs to engage.
So does he have to make eye contact with the batter? How does that work?
I don't know. Umpire wasn't happy, though. Got to keep the umpire happy. 1-1. Strike called.
So we'll probably see Beck go somewhere low here in the dirt. You don't want to give him an easy pitch to hit, especially with the runner on first.
1-2. Instead finds the zone for strike 3. Gets Fortman looking. Maybe he was thinking the same thing.
So instead, he takes a challenge pitch and he puts it in the zone and he says, here it is. Hit it if you can. And he proved that he couldn't.
And now the cleanup hitter for Sewanee coming up to the plate, and Pinzon. Pinzon at third base today. Lines one up the middle into center field, a base hit. Runner going first to third, and Sewanee has him at the corners with 2 down. Tyler Pinzon comes through with the base hit, and it brings up Spencer Yu, sophomore from Nashville, Tennessee. Doesn't get any easier with the Sewanee lineup, a .346 hitter coming to the plate. He has been held without a hit only 5 times all season.
Wow.
And a base hit here would give his Tigers the lead. Swings and misses at the first pitch, strike 1. OPS well over 800. The RBI count a little low, only at 13. Chance to up it here. 2 down, 2 on. This is ripped the other way, foul out of play. On the roof. 1, and we didn't see where that one went.
All right, here we almost got up to our record a couple games ago.
Yes, I saw 5. We haven't had 5 in a while.
It's good stuff. It was exciting.
Record is still 7.
I don't believe it.
I don't know. Part of me doesn't either. I'm the one who witnessed it. And I'm like, I don't know. 0-2. Fouled again on the roof. Some long foul balls. Not a lot of opportunity for hops. And for Sewanee fans wondering what the heck we're talking about, we have an exposed setup on the roof. That's why our stream was almost delayed today, because all of our equipment outside. That's why you can hear the wind. But we get to count how many times foul balls hop on the Bell Center. 0-2. Breaking ball misses low.
And that's a really good take with 2 strikes. I mean, I don't know how you lay off of that. That was a really nice breaking ball. Started in the zone and then broke out of it just at the last moment. I think he just recognized it out of the hand.
Now the 1-2. In the dirt, Moss has to do a good job blocking it. Still advancement from the base runner at first as Pinzon heads to second.
That's a really good job behind the dish by Moss, because that's not where they want that pitch. They want it outside, but not that far outside, because there's no way he was a good hitter like this is going to bite on that.
Big gust of wind. Wind blowing right into our faces, so this is what it's going to be, unfortunately. 2-2. Swing and a miss, that's strike 3, and Beck gets out of the inning with 2 strikeouts. Leaves 2 Tigers stranded. Trinity to bat when we come back on Tiger Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning in San Antonio, Texas. We'll run through the Tigers lineup here pretty soon, but on the mound will be Taj Donald. Donald, a 1-2 record, ERA just under 5. The game 1 starter for Sewanee. Facing Caleb Woodward, the leadoff hitter for the Tigers, as he has been. He takes ball 1. Woodward over a 400 hitter on the year. OPS just a bit above 1,000. Ahead 1-0. Takes a strike. Donald so far this season, just over 43 innings pitched. Talked about the ERA a little bit. His last appearance, 5 innings pitched against Millsaps. Woodward takes a ball, 2-1. Struck out 3 in that outing. Also walked 3 and gave up 3 earned runs. Still put his team in a position to win. They got the win in game 1, 6-3. Breaking ball lands for a strike, and it's 2-2.
And Woodward, you have to applaud his toughness. He's been battling that sort of back injury. It's kind of been lingering and bothering him, but I talked to him, and he said that he's able to keep it under control.
Rips this one to short, but it's caught easily, and it's out number 1.
Oh, those are so frustrating. Good contact, sort of where you want it to go, but just a little bit too low on the bat, and it ends up being caught.
So Woodward, soft liner to Fortman, and now it brings up Thomas Moss, who's hitting second today. Moss doing the catching duties. Sophomore from Sugar Land, Texas, takes ball 1, making his 14th start of the year and his 18th appearance. A .385 hitter on the year. Has a hit in his last 7 appearances. They don't come too frequently, at least compared to some of the other catchers, but makes impact when he's there. Fouls this one off, 1-1.
And we've talked about it before, the luxury that the Tigers have with these catchers. You know, typically catcher is not the position where you see a lot of big hitters. You know, it's a very physically taxing position. So to see that most of the Trinity Tigers catchers are really big bats is quite a good thing to have.
1-1 pitch from Donald. Fouled onto the roof. This will get some hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I give it 5. What do you think?
I think it's a 5.
It's a soft 5.
A little bit too much spin to get 7, I think.
I was going to say, it was a very low angle that came in at. Just wasn't going to happen. I feel like you need a high looping one.
Right. Not a ton of spin.
1-2. Moss fouls this one off. Stays alive.
So another challenge pitch. Both sides getting 2 strikes and going in the zone with hard fastballs, seeing what they can do.
See what Moss gets here. 1 down, nobody on for Trinity in the bottom of the first. Still a 0-0 game. Fouled off again. That one in on the hands.
Yeah, he went high and inside there. It's become a more popular pitch for 2 strikes because out of the hand, it looks like it could be a breaking ball, but it still has the velocity of a fastball. And so when you start to come around on it, you're way too late, and a lot of times you end up swinging under it.
1-2. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Drops it behind the dish. Has to throw to first and does so easily for out number 2. And it'll bring up Will Baker, the first baseman today. Will Baker, who leads the team in RBI with 29, a .350 hitter after being below 300 last year. Definitely one of the most consistent forces in this Tigers lineup.
Yeah, he has totally stepped up and entered that role of a veteran who's played here before and knows what he's doing. Just a calming presence to have in the lineup.
1-0. Grounded the other way into left field and a base hit. Not exactly how he drew it up, but it gets the job done. 2-out single.
Was that a check swing? I didn't see him come all the way around.
I don't think it was. I don't know. It was somewhere in between. It definitely wasn't a full swing. Able to find the hole in left field, and it brings up the cleanup hitter, Grant Anderson, who's been on an absolute heater as of late. 8-game hitting streak and a 4-game multi-hit streak. .380 hitter on the year.
dangerous with the bat in his hand.
Waves at the first pitch, a slider.
And I'm sure Sewanee has done a little bit of scouting, because the other batters, they started him off with a challenge pitch in the zone, but dangerous guy like this, smart idea to start him off with the slider away.
Throw and try and get Baker. Pickoff attempt a little bit wild. Anderson waits for the pitch, down 0-1. Baker running at first, swing and a miss, and the throw gets into center field. Baker content to stay at second, a stolen base.
It's always nice when your first baseman can steal bases.
Doesn't do it very often, but does so there. His third of the season. He's actually been caught 3 times as well, so now up to 50%. He looked pretty dead to rights there.
It looked like he was going to get him. If the throw was on line, he was probably out.
That's why it was a hit and run and not just a steal.
That's how we drew it up.
0-2. Anderson takes strike 3, and that's the inning. So Donald works a scoreless first, sends us to the second on Tiger Network. Still 0-0. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. Start of the second inning. Jake Beck back on the mound as he'll face the middle of the Sewanee lineup. John Bagwell making his first plate appearance of the day, a .288 hitter. 15 runs batted in on the year. He'll be the leadoff man to start this inning. Wind blowing in from left field. And backfires strike 1. I think it's important that we give the context of how we started this game and the rush that we had getting up here. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to broadcast the first inning or not because the rain and the wind, just a nasty combination for all the electronics we have out here. Had to cover everything up. Beck misses with that pitch, 1-1. So we were in the control room, and then we get the call at about, I'd say 11:59 for a 12 o'clock start. Got to get up here. Thankfully, they started at like 12:09. Those 9 minutes really made the difference.
Definitely made the difference.
1-1. Chopped fair to Anderson. Picks and throws in time on a hop. And they get Bagwell for out number 1. A nice play by Grant Anderson at third.
And a great pick over there for Baker at first. And one thing that we're not really going to see talked about much is how difficult picks are going to be today over at first. With the ground wet, the ball's going to skip off of this turf really weird and unpredictably. So good job by Bake to just keep his glove open and catch it where he could.
Will Genuine up to the plate. Genuine, the center fielder. Nobody on, 1 down, and swings this one into left field in front of Lustina for a base hit. So back-to-back innings with a 1-out knock for Sewanee.
Hey, is this the debut of our new pitch clock?
I believe it is, yes. Pitch clock out by the scoreboard. I think we had the pitch clock in the last series we had against Millsaps down there. I think we had it like installed, but I think this is the first one by the scoreboard. So that's an interesting wrinkle. Beck fires strike one to Andrus, the catcher. Oh, and Andrus, a senior from Spring Hill, Florida. 21 games started, now 22. Beck tries the pickoff attempt, gets back safely. Andrus with a hit in 8 of his last 10 games, also a team captain, one of 3 that Sewanee has. The 0-1. Breaking ball catches the inside part of the plate. Andrus shaking his head, didn't think it was.
Don't think he's liked either of those 2 calls, and they're just going to have to suck it up because both sides have been facing it. It's been a pretty big zone today.
Down 0-2. Line the other way, but out of play and foul over the Sewanee bullpen. That's the thing if you're a catcher in that situation. You kind of got to suck it up. You need to have a good relationship with the umpire.
I'm sure Jake Beck is not complaining. It's always nice when you have a big zone.
1 on, 1 down. The 0-2. Not yet. Throw to first.
We're going to have to set up a meeting with you and pickoff attempts. You just, every time they pick off, and he goes over to first.
There's only so many ways I can say it.
You do not like your pickoff attempts.
Well, it started when I was a first year. This is a chopper that is fair over the head of Baker. Runner going first to third, and Sewanee has him at the corners. The Baltimore chop working for the Tigers.
That might be one of the strangest bounces I have ever seen. It bounced, it looked like twice before it got to Baker, and then it bounced over his head.
Definitely an odd one. So back-to-back base hits for Sewanee, and now it's Lineberger, the right fielder. First pitch from Beck misses. 1-0. Sebastian Lineberger, a junior from Chattanooga, Tennessee, making his 25th appearance of the year. 257 hitter this season. (1-0) hit high, but drifting foul out of play, and it is.
The only one out here, I think that they're trying to challenge him, but not give him pitches in the zone. That one was high. The first one was outside. I think they're trying to get swing and misses to try and get the strikeout here. Don't want to leave something too hittable in there.
Runners at the corners, 1 down. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
Couldn't catch up to the high cheddar.
Beck trying to work his way out of this situation. He's given up 2 hits in this inning. He's allowed 2 base runners in each of the 2 innings he's seen. So far, no runs, but Sewanee trying to change that. 1-2. Lined and fouled into the screen behind him.
Challenge pitch with 2 strikes. He's gone at him with fastballs a couple times. I wonder if he's about to go back to the breaking ball.
Goes to it, but fouled off onto the roof. Oh, tough bounce. Hit the metal part. No hops.
We don't like seeing that.
Took a right turn. The 1-2 again. Grounded in the hole in right field. It's a base hit. 1 run scores for Sewanee, and it's 1-0. Lineberger drives in Genuine.
I think that might have been a miss there from Beck. I don't think they wanted that ball catching that much plate with 2 strikes.
Able to hit it the other way, and now the lineup will flip over. Aiden Petrocco. Petrocco, a sophomore from Johns Creek, Georgia, a 400 hitter on the air, and he drops down a bunt. Anderson has to field it, takes the only out he can, but it's not in time. Petrocco reaches on a bunt single, and the bases are loaded.
Really great effort from Anderson over there. That's a tough play. So much mental math to do, coming up on it. Make sure you field it cleanly and make the throw on the run. Great effort, but you just can't get it there in time.
So we talked about Sewanee loves to put pressure with the bunt. And this time it goes for a base hit and loads the bases for Charlie Teal. Number 2 hitter in this lineup, a .292 hitter with 5 home runs on the year. Inside out swing, foul onto the roof of the batting cages and left.
And with only 1 out, these Sewanee Tigers are looking to make this a big inning.
Beck got the first batter he faced in the inning, but since then, 4 straight Sewanee Tigers have reached with a base hit. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Will Baker playing in on the lip of the infield grass. Maybe ready for a potential bunt if they want to try that. Everybody else playing at normal depth. Breaking ball is hit into the left field gap. 1 run is in for Sewanee. Here comes another one. It's 3-0. RBI double for Teal.
And they had Woodward move in a little bit to potentially try and cut off that second run at home in the event of a base hit, but that one happened to be in the gap, and he had to turn and run for it. Give him a little more time to have another run score.
Now runners on second and third, 3-0, only 1 down in the inning, and it will warrant a visit from Dave Smith. 5 straight hits on Jake Beck. And that is what we talked about with Beck's numbers. If you looked at them, the strike to walk out, or excuse me, I'll get it right. The strikeout to walk ratio was really good, but the hits were the issue for him. Gave up over 40 hits so far this season. You see the numbers there. 35 strikeouts, only 12 walks allowed all year. It's been the hit column that's been the issue. 44 hits allowed.
And I think if you're a pitcher, you'd rather have that. You'd rather give up more hits, because at the end of the day, most of the time you're going to have your defense back there to help you out.
Fires strike 1 to Fortman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Another 400 hitter in the Sewanee lineup. OPS well over 1,000. Breaking ball bends into the zone, 0-2. Sewanee has 2 valuable insurance runs out there, and the difference between 3-0 and 5-0 in this game just huge. Especially going against a Trinity offense that's really figured things out over the last month.
And I don't think this is going to be the last scoring we see from both teams today with this conditions.
0-2. Tapped foul, goes right to the backstop.
And with this gnarly wind, they're going to have to keep the ball out of the air if they want any hits. So, honestly, it's whichever team can keep the ball on the ground better.
So far, that's been Sewanee in this battle of the Tigers. 0-2 misses inside. Sewanee out hitting Trinity 6-1 so far. 5 of those hits coming in this inning. 5 in a row. And Beck called, I believe, for a pitch clock violation. Runs the count full, 3-2. The automatic ball.
That's frustrating.
Walk would load the bases and set up Pinzon. The 3-2, way ahead of it, and fouls it well out of play into the parking lot. Danger for some cars out there.
It's a really costly ball as well. He had him 2-2, and he was probably going to challenge him with a breaking ball out of the zone or maybe a fastball high, but now he has to worry about getting a walk.
The 3-2 pitch. One down in the inning, 2 runners on for Sewanee. Tap foul again, we'll do it again.
Looks like they're changing up his timing there. Trying to alter velocity. Get him out in front. Try and get him to roll over a little bit.
Hit in the air to right field, going back all the way towards the wall, at the wall, and it's gone! A 3-run blast to make it 6-0.
And the wind proving not to be as much of a factor as we would have thought.
And a team celebration outside the Sewanee dugout. Zach Fortman has just blown this game open. Oppo Taco.
And not typically where you see the ball leave the yard. For a righty hitter going Oppo in this kind of weather, I mean, how do you do that? How do you have enough power to put it out of the opposite side of the field with the wind going crazy like this? You must have really got a hold of that one.
Now nobody on. The home run clears the bases, makes it 6-0. Pinzon takes a strike. Tyler Pinzon, 1 for 1 with a base hit. Down 0-1 here. And he gets plunked. Oh, they say he reached in. So a strike called instead, and it should be 0-2.
And Sewanee coach definitely going to come out and talk about that one.
Nate Burns not appreciating that call. We'll see the replay here. I could see
a little bit
either
of
way.
movement, you know.
I see both perspectives on this one.
I think it could go either way. Tiny bit of movement, but it's really a judgment call for the ump to see how much of that is him moving into it and just him planting to get ready to take a swing.
I could see that it was planting, but he also did move in with his plant.
Yeah, but that's kind of typically what hitters do when they plant.
You should have that leeway. Yeah. We're going to get a group consultation. Usually this means the call stands, but we'll see. Maybe some different perspectives. And it will stand 0-2.
Yeah, it's difficult. Not much grounds to overturn a call like that.
Would have been the 7th consecutive Sewanee Tiger to reach in this inning.
But hitter taking it well. Quick talk with the ump to understand the call, and they're moving on.
Finds himself down 0-2. Maybe a break for Jake Beck, see if he takes advantage. Slider misses. Moss blocking it anyways, even though there's nobody on.
It's nice to see. Nobody on base, and Moss still back there putting in work after this very, very long 6-run inning.
One and 2 after the chase pitch. Lined the other way. Foul over the Sewanee bullpen again. Beck just trying to find any way to get these last 2 outs. It's been a tough run here. 6 consecutive hits given up.
That was brave. That was brave, coming back with another challenge pitch in the zone, fastball.
That's one thing against Jake Beck, is you're going to have to earn everything. So far, Sewanee has.
He's not afraid to throw it in the zone.
Does so again there. This is a high pop-up right over our heads. This has an opportunity. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, it died. That was about as high of an angle as it's going to come down at.
Yeah, that was probably the best one we're going to see. But unfortunately, I think the water on the roof might have diminished the bounce.
Conditions not ideal. It's the game within the game. 1 and 2. Slider finds the zone, strike 3, as Beck gets out number 2.
And he's going to be frustrated with that one, going back into the dugout. But that's where the zone's been all day. It's on the outside part of that plate.
The ninth batter for Sewanee will come up to the plate. Spencer Yu grounds this one up the middle. Ramsey making the sliding stop. Throw to first, takes Baker off the bag, and he's safe.
That was almost a highlight reel play.
John Ramsey doing his best. Should be a base hit.
Unreal coverage to get up there. I mean, typically that's just a base hit. Not even thinking about a chance of your shortstop getting over there, but hats off to Ramsey.
And as all 9 Sewanee Tigers have come up to bat in the inning, it looks like that will be the day for Jake Beck, pulled in the second. We'll have a new arm on the mound when we come back on Tiger Network. 6-0 Sewanee. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. New arm on the mound is Jack Boussard. Comes in with the ERA under 4, 16 innings pitched, and a 1-2 record on the year. As he faces Bagwell, who led off the inning for Sewanee, the 10th batter to come to the plate, swings at strike 1. Boussard, so far this year, has been pretty consistent overall, facing a .284 hitter in Bagwell. Trying to get the last out of this inning. Popped up pretty high. Tough sky, tough to see, and it falls out of play onto the roof. How many was that?
6.
6.
Oh,
Second place.
Whoa.
I couldn't see. I completely lost it. This is a terrible sky for the outfielders today.
I can only imagine.
Bagwell down 0-2. The lefty Boussard.
Bagwell just missed getting revenge on Jake Beck.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Moss has to apply the tag, and that ends the inning. But it's an inning where Sewanee puts 6 runs on the board. They lead 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning in San Antonio Tigers inning. Early 6-0 hole. Sawyer Haynes leads off the inning and takes strike one. Promised we would run through the Trinity lineup. That was a while ago. A long top of the second inning. Donald pitching to Haynes. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Leading off is Woodward, followed by Moss, Baker, and Anderson, who you've already seen. Haynes up to bat now, batting fifth. Followed by Cal Coney, Michael Lustina, Nick Jones, and John Ramsey. That rounds out your starting nine. Haynes over a 300 hitter this season, trying to keep it going. A regular starter at second base, has been for a little bit now. Takes a ball low and outside, 1-2. Donald delivers. This is lined into center field. It's a base hit. Leadoff base runner for Trinity. A no-out single for Sawyer Haynes to get things going.
And it is a 10-hit game for both teams in the second inning. Wow. Hit party. Everybody's getting hits.
Brings up Cal Coney, the DH today. Coney, who's really gotten things going as we got later into the year. He's tied for second in the team in home runs with 4. Takes a ball inside, 1-0. Coney making his 26th appearance of the year, a .313 hitter. Coming off of a 3-hit game against St. Thomas in the loss. This is tapped foul, 1-1.
And Haynes over there on first and Coney have been such a good duo for the Tigers. Both playing second, both hitting well, and able to stay in the lineup.
The 1-1. Not yet. Haynes dives back to first. It's been such a good problem to have for Trinity, talking to their coaching staff earlier in the year, saying that's the biggest reason why they've been so good and so successful this year. Runner bluffs like he's going. Haynes has to get back. Tag not in time.
And the synchronized angry squat from the Sewanee defense after that call.
Teal thought he had him. Looked like the throw was in time. Just the tag didn't get down. And they also say that Coney checked his swing on top of it. A little bit of salt in the wound. So he's ahead 2-1. See the check swing again. And the throw. If it was a force play, they would have gotten him.
Looked pretty close.
Coney lines this one into right field. It's a base hit. Haynes sprinting first to third, trying to get there. The throw cut off, and he's safe. Throw gets away. Coney thinks about going to second. And now the throw gets away again, and Haynes is going to score. Coney sprinting into second. He is in safely. All that calamity, and the Tigers get their first run.
It is chaos in San Antonio.
Nothing routine about today.
Wow. Maybe some of the wetness of the ball leading to some of that chaos. And
how are they going to score that one?
Error on the whole team.
All in all, a base hit for Cal Coney, believe it or not.
There we go.
In case you forgot, that's how this whole thing started. Sawyer Haynes scoring on the errant throw. Coney advancing on another errant throw. And now a collective team meeting after that. Pretty understandable.
I would too. But, I mean, part of it is just really smart base running. I mean, if Coney goes there to second and doesn't try to go back to first, they probably get him out at second because they had him dead to rights. So he stopped and tried to go back, and that forced them to try and make a longer throw, a quicker throw, and they just missed it.
So after all that, Cal Coney on second base. The score now 6-1. And now it's Michael Lustina coming up to the plate. Lustina out in left field today, the graduate student from Austin, Texas. A .262 hitter on the year. OPS around 850. Takes a breaking ball for strike one. Lustina actually making his first start in left field at home this season.
Wow.
All been on the road. He's been doing it for nearly a month. It's just been on the road that much.
We just haven't been able to talk about it.
This is fouled into the screen, down 0-2.
I'm sure it's been nice to get that veteran leadership back in the lineup. That's one thing they love about having Mike in the lineup is he's a veteran. He's been here a while. He knows what he's doing. And he's a very calming presence in the lineup for these guys.
0-2 misses in the dirt.
But
now 1-2.
Unfortunately, with Anderson on the hot streak he's on, you just can't take him out of the lineup, right? So find a way to put Mike in the lineup, and here we go.
Works with a runner on second in Coney. Down 1-2. Breaking ball again. Lustina takes it, but that's part of the issue I was talking about, and part of the thing that other coaches have commented on with Trinity is maybe they don't have one guy that necessarily stands out from the pack like they have in years past, but they don't just hit 1 through 9, they hit 1 through 13.
Right. Very deep this year. And a very nice job by Mike to lay off of that last breaking ball.
Sends a ground ball into right field. It's a base hit. Coney being waved around. This could be a close play. Throw is offline, and he's safe. RBI single for Michael Lustina at 6-2.
Rocket in from right field, but it just happens to be a little bit off. I think if he puts the throw on the base, they might get the out there, but just a little bit offline, and they couldn't get him.
A lot of hard choppers into the ground today. Talked about whoever's going to hit the ball on the ground the best is going to win. So far, both of these teams doing their best.
And the Tigers seem to be liking that gap over there between second base and first.
Lustina gets back safely on the pickoff attempt, and now Nick Jones up in the batter's box. 230 hitter on the year. Lustina off and running, a high chopper. Donald has to field it, throws to first in time, and they get the first out of the inning. Lustina able to advance to second.
That might have been a hit and run, I couldn't tell.
That's what it looked like. Works like a swinging bunt. High chopper in fair territory.
Made it a bang-bang play. He almost got there.
And it rounds out with the 9-hole hitter coming up to the plate, and John Ramsey. Ramsey strokes one into left field. It's down for a base hit. Lustina being waved around from second. He's in to score, and it's 6-3. RBI single for John Ramsey, and he made it look easy.
That was just a beautiful swing. Timed up perfect. Not too high, not too elevated, not on the ground. Just right in that spot where it's going to lead to a base hit and score runs.
And this is where we talk about the Tigers hitting 1 through 9. John Ramsey hitting 375 coming into this season, or coming into this game, I should say, on the season. Had 9 RBIs in the series against Southwestern, and now the lineup flips over to Caleb Woodward. Average has dipped a little bit below 400, where it was to start the day. He's 0 for 1. Lined out to short in his only plate appearance of the day. Ramsey gets back safely. Tigers with 4 hits in the inning. Still only 1 down. And this is where we talked about the insurance runs for Sewanee.
They will be glad to have those here, as we are in the bottom of the second. We are at 13 runs, or 13 hits, sorry, total.
9 runs.
9 runs.
Still a lot of runs.
Still a lot of runs.
6-3, Sewanee has the lead, trying to hang on to it. 1 down in the second. Ramsey able to get back safely on the pickoff attempt. John Ramsey with 4 stolen bases so far this year. He has been caught 3 times. Running here, hit and run called. Deering nearly able to pick it.
That was almost cool. So it looked like Woody tried to place that one a little bit. In a hit and run, you're supposed to try and send it to the opposite side of the field, because that's typically where the middle infielder will be covering second. So you want to send it up that side on the ground, and he was just a little bit too late.
Takes a ball high, 2-1. Taj Donald had only faced 4 batters in that first inning. Now working through some things. He's given up 4 hits, only gotten 1 out so far. trying to preserve this lead. Tigers come into this game with a 19-12 record, and they've had some issues on the mound this season, but they've been able to outscore a lot of that. So far, having to do that again today.
And it seems like for both pitchers, both teams, I should say, it's going to be a tough day at the office trying to get outs. I mean, both teams seem to be really hot swinging the bat.
3-1 to Woodward. Fouls it off, and the count runs full. Might just be one of those Division III baseball games. Something we haven't been used to seeing around here. The pitching staff these last 3 years has just been so good. And this is the first year where we've seen it take a little bit of a dip. The ERA, as far as team goes for Trinity, over 5. So we've seen a couple of these shootouts. There's a ground ball into right field. Can't quite find the hole, but Woodward will be safe. Beats it out.
And another one of those almost highlight reel plays. I mean, the coverage to be able to get over there. And the Trinity lineup has been really loving that spot between second base and first.
Looked like it might find the hole, but Aiden Petrocco over there at second does such a good job. Able to slide in and cut it off. Just Woodward too fast.
Yeah, throws from his knees, sliding on the move. Almost makes the play.
Back injury and all, he can still do a good 90. Now it's Thomas Moss, 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Still hitting at a 377 clip. OPS just under 1,000. Sends this one into shallow center field. Genuine ranges over into right to make the catch. Ramsey bluffs like he's going to tag, but instead holds up at second base, and there's 2 down in the inning.
Looks like Coach Scannell will take a quick meeting.
And is that in the inning? I think they just called John Ramsey out. Everybody leaving the field. Coach Scannell talking to the home plate umpire. John Ramsey and Caleb Woodward remain out there. I think Ramsey thought maybe time was called and left the bag, and they tagged him out. We'll have to see what happened on the replay. Still some discussion happening. Now we'll see the replay. So Ramsey leaves the bag here, and the tag is applied by Fortman. They call him out, and that will end the inning. Just a miscommunication on when time was called.
Wow. I have never seen anything like that.
Ramsey looked like just walked back to maybe fix some of his equipment, as someone would often do. Still a meeting between the umpires, and they uphold the call of out. I can't believe that. Wow. That's an interesting way to end the inning.
Especially a big inning like that.
Yeah, that's a hard one to explain. Either way, sends us to the third. We'll be back on Tiger Network. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. Top of the third inning. Jack Boussard back on the mound. After the second inning ended in quite the unorthodox fashion. Sewanee, the center fielder, will take strike one from Broussard, 1-for-1 with a base hit.
Broussard was unbothered by the confusion of that last inning. As soon as they said they made the final call.
This is ripped into right field, but right at Nick Jones, who makes the catch for out number 1.
And like I was saying, he's moving quickly. I mean, he sprinted out to the mound, as he always does. He's the only Tiger that does that consistently. And he's working quickly.
Brings up the catcher, Andrus. 1-for-1 in this game. A base hit came in the last inning. It was a part of the stretch of Sewanee Tigers who all got base hits, 4 in a row. Totaled 6 hits in a row. That was capped off by the home run on Jake Beck. As now they deal with Jack Broussard. Broussard behind, 1-0. Line the other way, out of play, foul. 1-1.
And it looks like they're having difficulty timing up Broussard. I think he's doing a good job changing up his velocities, so it makes his fastball look even harder.
Pitch gets away, 2-1. I'm still stunned by that last inning. I don't think any of us see anything like that. This is the type of thing where you feel like common sense just kind of has to prevail at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we made the call. Coach Scanner will come out, calls time, and I guess they just didn't see it.
This has popped up into the air on the roof. One
Uneventful 4.
uneventful. Pretty standard. That's usually what they are. Sewanee up 6-3. Andrus in a 2-2 count. Taps this one. It stays fair. Anderson has to make the long throw and does so in time.
Wow. He reached back for that one. That one came across the field hot.
Not your standard 5-3 put out, as my notes almost blow away. We've had to do some paper management up here, as we always have. The wind uniquely strong today. But the game continues. Lineberger takes strike one, 1-for-1 with a base hit, 268 average on the year.
For all our viewers at home, just imagine Cole doing his best impression of a shortstop up here. He's in the ready position.
Always ready.
He's protecting these papers from flying away.
That's fouled into the screen, 0-2. I'm in the athletic stance.
You look nice, man. You got to get a glove. Get out there.
Yeah, we'll see. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Jack Broussard sends us to the bottom of the third on Tiger Network. 6-3, Sewanee with the lead. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. Will Baker will lead off this inning. He's 1-for-1 today. Facing Taj Donald, who's back out there. Fires ball 1. Donald getting out of that last inning in an unorthodox way. I guess relying on his defense. Maybe not the normal way. This is popped up sky high, tough sky. We'll see who sees it. And it's the left fielder who comes in to make the catch, and Bagwell for out number 1.
I am not envious. Got a couple high fives for that play there. Very difficult to see that ball.
So Baker flies out, and it brings up Grant Anderson, who's 0 for 1. Struck out looking in the first. Tigers plated 3 runs in the second inning, trying to add on to that. All of the runs in this game coming in the second inning. Takes ball 1. Sewanee with a 6-run frame, and Trinity with 3 runs to follow that up. Grounded to the right side. Petrocco ranges over and makes the play for out number 1. That time the right side not working for the Tigers. Brings up Sawyer Haynes, 1 for 1 with a base hit. He got the party started in the second inning. Saw 5 base hits, all of them singles.
Just a good job of keeping the ball on the ground, making it difficult to make plays.
Big cut and a miss at the first pitch.
I think he was aiming for the bell tower there, just a bit early.
One of these days. It's a little far. A 1,000-foot home run.
If anyone could do it, it's one of our second basemen.
Takes a pitch low, 1-1. Strike called, 1-2. I don't know, I've seen balls clear the scoreboard before, get into the top end of those trees behind in left field. I think that's about the furthest, though. Well, the one Coney got against TLU was up there.
Let's be careful, I'm parked over there.
Haynes hits a fly ball deep to left field, going back all the way to the warning track and making the catch. Is Genuine to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Taj Donald. Still 6-3 Sewanee as we head to the 4th. Welcome back. Top of the 4th inning in San Antonio. Jack Boussard back out there. We'll throw to Thomas Moss, who's gained his footing again. First pitch popped up sky high. We'll see if it stays in play. Jones gives it a look, but it goes into the bullpen for a long strike 1.
And that looked like it was going to just go to right field, but the wind got a hold of it, and it went foul.
Aiden Petrocco leading off this inning. Over a 400 hitter on the year, 1 for 2 today. Upped his average to 407. Tapped foul, 0-2.
Boussard doing a really good job getting ahead early in the count. Not too many high ball counts. I think that's helped lead to his amount of success here.
Just misses on the 0-2.
And an uncharacteristic ball call. That zone has been over there all day.
grounded. Haynes dives. Can he get up and throw? Yes, he can.
Wow. That should go on the highlight reel. That was impressive.
It's a slip and slide out there, and some of these infielders making the most of it one down.
Looks fun.
Brings up Charlie Teal, senior from Alabama, making his 31st start of the year. Take strike one. Teal has reached both times he's been up, a double and a walk. Takes a strike down 0-2. He's also their closer, believe it or not.
Really?
3 saves on the year.
What do you know?
This is chopped on about 5 hops. Haynes ranging over makes the play again. Don't want to hit it there.
Doing it himself over there.
See if they hit the ball to the left side this time, as it'll be Fortman, the shortstop, up. 1 for 2. The strikeout wasn't very good, but the home run was very good if you're a Sewanee fan. So we'll see the replay of that last out. First pitch from Boussard. Misses outside, 1-0. Boussard so far has gotten every Sewanee batter that he has faced. Strike called, 1-1. It's been 6 up, 6 down ever since he came in for the last out of the second inning.
And he's been very efficient with his pitches. Not really losing focus much and just letting pitches get away from him. Pretty much every time he throws it, it's purposeful.
Behind 2-1 here. This is fouled into the screen, would have come right at us. That's what it's there for.
I would have saved you, don't worry.
I was coming pretty hard. I don't know if you have the reflexes. You are a pitcher. I don't know.
Hey, I was a catcher at one point.
2-2. Misses in the dirt. Nice block by Moss. Count runs full with 2 down. Here's a chopper, but it's foul. Anderson ready for it. Instead, we'll do the 3-2 pitch again. Boussard trying to work his second consecutive 1-2-3 inning. And waiting for the pitch clock to start before Fortman gets down the line. Still hasn't started. This is ripped into right field. Woodward ranging over from center, dives, and he makes the catch. Caleb Woodward takes away a double.
So 3 highlight reel plays from the Trinity defense. We thought maybe the conditions might affect them, but nope. They're proving they do not matter.
3 spectacular defensive plays. Sends us a 1-2-3 inning. Takes us to the bottom of the 4th on Tiger Network. Still 6-3 Sewanee. Welcome back to the Alamo City, the campus of Trinity University. Bottom of the fourth. Cal Coney leading things off, and he takes ball one. Coney with a base hit in that 3-run second inning for Trinity. He's 1 for 1 today. Strike called 1-1. You know, with him, it's always weird to watch the road broadcast because his name is technically Calfani Coney, but nobody calls him that. Nobody. But the road broadcasters don't know that. This is a slow roller to short. Nice ranging play as the throw is in time from Fortman, 1 down. So they always call him Calfani Coney, and it's just, I don't know, it's just weird to hear.
It's not right.
Yeah, it's just not how it's done.
I think we should write some fan mail. Hey, by the way, next time he's there.
I think there's about 5 things we need to fix before Calfani. I don't know. There's some weird pronunciations out there. Do you know our head coach is often called Scanal?
Oh.
Michael Ustina takes a strike.
Scanal, he's got 2 N's in his name, right?
I believe so. I don't know. I don't spell it that often.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I think I did write it down, actually.
I think we learned that in 3rd grade.
Yeah. 2 N's, 2 L's.
2 N's means that it's an A sound. Scannel.
Ustina down 0-2, swing and a miss. Gone on 3 pitches and quickly 2 away for Donald.
Bit of an antithesis to the previous innings. A bit longer. But he's working quickly.
Now he faces Nick Jones. 1-3 ground out the last time he was up. Swing and a miss.
And the wind is ripping from center field.
I think they know that. That tells you all you need to know.
And as a pitcher, you wouldn't think it, but it's actually really nice to have the wind blaring in from center field, not just because the ball is more difficult to get out of the yard, but it actually makes your pitches a little bit faster.
Interesting.
It can add about a mile or 2 to your velocity.
Huh. Just get a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blast it. Jones down 1-2. Looking to reach for the first time today. Lifts one into center field. Genuine backs up on it and makes the catch. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Donald, preserving his team's 3-run lead. Takes us to the 5th on Tiger Network. Welcome back. Top of the 5th inning in San Antonio. Trinity down 6-3. Jack Boussard back on the mound. He fires strike 1. Facing the middle of the Sewanee lineup and pins on.
Looked like a changeup there. Really nice pitch to start off the at-bat.
Pitch in the dirt that time, 1-1. Pins on 1 for 2 in this game. Struck out the last time he was up. Had a base hit in the 1st inning. All of that against Jake Beck.
Moss is still back there working. Ball's in the dirt, still blocking, even when he doesn't have to.
Strike called from Boussard. 1-2. You almost think if you're a catcher that doesn't get into all of the games, it's almost like a tryout.
You have to imagine. You don't want to be seen letting a bunch of balls go by.
Strike 3 called. 8 in a row sent down by Jack Boussard. 1 down in the inning.
And a especially vigorous strikeout call from the home plate ump after he was getting an earful from the dugout in the prior pitch.
Brings up Spencer Yu. Yu a base hit the last time he was up. He's also struck out. Takes ball 1. This is his first time facing Boussard. Ahead of that, and he went around.
The home plate ump being very vocal behind the plate. We can hear him up here. You have to admire it. He's gotten an earful from both teams, and he has not lacked any conviction. I myself would probably have already gone home. I don't like being yelled at. I would not like that.
That's why we're up here. Yu swings, but he's ahead of the 2-1 pitch. Now 2-2. Yeah, the best they can do is comment in the YouTube chat. I don't look at that, so that's just not very effective.
The haters have been silenced.
Pitch inside, and that hits him. Breaks up a string of 8 in a row sent down by Boussard. First base runner he's allowed. So Yu is on first, and it brings up Bagwell. Bagwell 0 for 2, struck out the last time he was up. They try to get Yu, but he dives back safely. Not you, Shepard.
Not me.
Not you. You.
No one's trying to get me. I'm safe up here because Cole's protecting me.
Oh, I wouldn't put that to the test. Tries the pickoff move again, but dives back safely. Bagwell yet to see a pitch.
I think Boussard is a little bit frustrated with that hit by pitch. Wants to get back that out.
That one misses up, 1-0. 1 down in the inning, 1 on.
Actually couldn't tell where that one missed. Was it up?
I assume up.
Might be that old coaching adage. Bit too much plate there.
High chopper to Anderson, throws to second for 1. Haynes throws to first, dug out by Baker, but not in time.
It's a really nice effort.
Enough. Not quite enough for the double play.
Yeah, really nice effort. Good play by Grant. And Grant Anderson over that third. And flipped it nice, but maybe just a little bit harder of a throw from either Anderson or over there at second. Could have gotten it.
So not quite quick enough to turn 2. Bagwell reaches on the fielder's choice, and now it's Sewanee. Lined out to right the last time he was up. He also has a base hit, 1 for 2 overall. Takes a strike. Sewanee looking for their first hit since the second inning, where they played at 6 runs. 7 hits in that inning alone. Way ahead of that pitch, and it's 0-2. Nearly threw the bat.
And we can still hear the ump from up here. He's very vigorous with his strike calls. You gotta wonder, does his throat ever get tired? That's a lot of yelling.
We'll have to ask him. It's a doubleheader today. Pitch in the dirt, nicely blocked by Moss. Bagwell does not advance.
I think we maybe should leave Mr. Umpire alone after this game. He might need a rest.
1-2 is grounded past the dive of Baker, just off his glove, and there's nobody to cover first. Sewanee reaches with a base hit.
Kind of tomahawked that one. Came down on it, and it just was right in that perfect spot where it can It'd be difficult for a first baseman to make that play.
Baker doing his best, ranged all the way out there, but still, Genuine reaching on the base hit. 2 of the last 3 Sewanee batters have reached, and now it's the catcher, Andres. Andres takes a strike. First hit that Jack Boussard has given up since coming into the game. Working with runners on first and second. Hit in the air, deep to left field, but not quite deep enough, it looks like. And that ends the inning as Lustina makes the catch out there in left. So Boussard has to deal with some traffic in the 5th, but gets around it. We're halfway through this one in San Antonio. 6-3 Sewanee. Welcome into the second half of this game in San Antonio. Taj Donald back out there working into his 5th inning of work. As he'll face the 9-hole hitter John Ramsey, who's 1 for 1 with a base hit and an RBI. That came in the 2nd inning where the Tigers have scored all 3 of their runs. Takes a breaking ball that just misses. The wind is back.
We had a nice little stretch there of calm wind, but not anymore.
No. Ramsey hits this one in the air, center field, or right center. See who catches it. And it's Genuine, the center fielder, who makes the catch for out number 1. Donald has now retired 8 Tigers in a row. He's found a groove. As the lineup will flip over, Caleb Woodward comes to the plate. Base hit the last time he was up in the 2nd inning. He's also lined out to short. The average back above 400 after that base hit.
It sounds ridiculous to say that, but the amount that he's played, being over 400 is so impressive.
Missed some time in the non-conference due to the back injury, but he's been pretty consistent ever since we got conference play going. That was pretty much the goal with his rehab, was to get ready for conference play, the games that matter. He's been in there for every single one of them. 2-0 pitch. High chopper, this could be dangerous. Petrocco has to make the play at second, and he does so in time. Unclear whether Woodward was going to beat that out or not. He can't quite do it.
Got close, but not quite.
Brings up Thomas Moss, 0 for 2 in this game. Fly out and a strikeout for him. As the Tigers have been retired all 9 in a row now. Thomas Moss trying to end that streak. Lined into the screen and foul. Into the 5th inning, and still all runs have been scored in the 2nd inning.
And I know it's a 3-run game, but it feels a lot closer than that.
It does.
It feels very close.
Here's a soft ground ball. The short Fortman makes the sidearm throw in time, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Donald. His 3rd in a row takes us to the 6th on Tiger Network. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Top of the 6th inning. Broussard back on the mound. He'll face the 9-hole hitter, Sebastian Lineberger. 1 for 2 today, 264 hitter on the year. First pitch from Broussard. Inside edge, strike called. Now down 0-2. That's one thing with Broussard. He just pumps and strikes.
He does. He's been very efficient today. And it looks like he's been throwing a little bit harder than he normally does. He's been rearing back for these.
Hit in the air, but foul, and just shy of the bell center. No hops.
It's a shame that we don't have the center field camera up. We could give the viewers a view at the mile-per-hour gun they have down there.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. So Broussard gets Lineberger for out number 1.
Maybe we can ask between innings, the dugout, what he was up to.
Yeah, no center field cam today. Too much rain. Don't want to jeopardize any of the equipment, but you got a lot of new bells and whistles down there. Lineup flips over. It's Petrocco now. Takes a ball. You've always had the radar gun down there, but now you have the pitch clock, which is actually installed, and now we have the pitch clock by the scoreboard, so we can see the pitch clock.
We can see it.
This is lined into right field, and it falls fair. Nearly gets by Nick Jones, but he's able to recover. Throws to second, and that's going to be easily in time.
Wow. It's a very nice play over there in right field from Nick Jones.
Petrocco just lines it the other way, and I think he thought that was going to get by Nick Jones, but Jones able to recover and throw him out.
And the wind is excited as well.
Yeah, that's its applause. Good job, Nick Jones. Now it brings up Charlie Teal.
Are they going to talk about the tag?
Well, I think the call was that the tag actually never got down. It was that it came off the baseline.
Well, hopefully we can get a replay, because I mean, it looked like he got the tag on him pretty solid.
The signal was the swipe signal, like the he moved.
Huh.
Either way, it looks like this is going to stand. He was out by a country mile.
Yeah.
Fair is fair. This is chopped to second. Haynes able to range and make the throw in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Jack Boussard, thanks to his help from his right fielder, Nick Jones, able to throw out the runner and send us to the bottom of the 6th in San Antonio. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. First pitch to Will Baker. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the catcher's mitt for strike 1. Baker 1 for 2 today. Average still over 350. OPS at 950. Donald just misses with the breaking ball. This game into the bottom of the 6th inning. Sewanee has held their 6-3 lead ever since the 2nd inning. Baker takes a ball outside, ahead 2 balls, 1 strike. Tigers have actually not had a base runner since that 2nd inning.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to see the scoreboard. 9 runs up there total, but a lot of zeros surrounding him.
Baker grounds 1 to Petrocco at second. A little bit of a wild throw, but Teal able to hang on to the bag for out number 1. So Baker retired on the ground out, and it brings up Grant Anderson. 0 for 2 today. Anderson trying to keep his hot streak going. Came into this game with 4 consecutive multi-hit games before this, and on an 8-game hitting streak overall. Hits this one to deep left field, back at the wall, and it's caught! Bagwell robs Anderson at the wall.
Wow, I thought that was gone for sure off the bat.
So Anderson able to get into one, but robbed at the wall. Tough to tell if that would have gone over or not. Either way, an incredible catch.
I think he can lay his head on the pillow tonight knowing that it might have been the wind.
So quickly 2 down in the inning, and now it's Sawyer Haynes. 1 for 2, flew out the last time he was up. He also has a base hit that came in that 2nd inning. Fouls this one off the end of the bat, and he's down 0-2.
Whoa, I think it might have gotten the catcher right where you don't want to get.
Not good.
You know, you don't think about it, but that's actually the most dangerous for a catcher is when the hitter swings. Because when you're catching, you know what the pitch is going to be, but you can't predict how the ball is going to spin off the bat.
Yep, you're right.
That is rough.
Andrus standing up again. Gonna shake it off. This is where the home plate umpire would brush home plate. Little 30-second stall. Seems like he's ready to go, though. Catchers are tough.
Part of the reason why I quit catching. You know, I wanted to eventually have a family.
Got out just in time. Pitch just misses, 1-2. Twelve Tigers in a row retired. Haynes hits a fly ball to right field. This could be 13. Lineberger under it, and he makes the catch that ends the inning. 4 consecutive perfect innings thrown by Donald, and it sends us to the 7th in San Antonio. Welcome into the 7th inning in San Antonio. Jack Broussard on the mound as this is a bunt bid that's popped up right to Will Baker for out number 1. Fortman unable to get it down, and it's an easy out.
I think Broussard might have a hot date after this game.
He's got somewhere to be. Yeah.
He's getting quick.
Goes down as an F3 ultimately, and now it's Tyler Pinzone. One for 3 in this game, 2 strikeouts as well.
I forgot to ask, where is Sewanee?
Tennessee.
Okay.
Yep.
My geography is just horrible.
It is in Franklin County, Tennessee. I don't know where that is in Tennessee, though. That's the one wrinkle. I didn't actually look it up on a map. That might be an in-between games project.
You know, Cole, you're the only 10 I see.
Oh. Broussard hits Pinzon, so he'll head to first base. First base runner of the 7th inning for Sewanee. Brings up Spencer Yu, sophomore native of Tennessee from Nashville. Making his 30th start of the season, 346 hitter coming into this game, now up to 349. This is grounded sharply to Anderson. Throw to second in time for 1. On to first, and it's a double play that ends the inning. If he's got somewhere to be, he's getting there quickly with the double play. Time to stretch in San Antonio. Tigers up 6-3 over the Tigers. Welcome back to the windy campus of Trinity University. Strong gust to get us going in the bottom of the 7th as Cal Coney steps into the batter's box, ahead 1-0. Coney 1 for 2 in this game. Takes a ball, ahead 2-0. Coney with a ground out the last time he was up. He also has a base hit in this game. Takes a strike. Donald has retired the last 13 batters he's faced. Perfect ever since that second inning. Trying to keep it going into the 7th. As Coney lifts this one up onto the roof. 1, 2. Yeah, that did not have the runway.
It's gone.
Rolled off. Now a 2-2 count. Coney lines this one, but foul into the Sewanee bullpen. Tigers just trying to find something to get them going. Close pitch, did not get the call. Donald wanted it. Sinks to his squad of disappointment. Now the 3-2 pitch.
Perhaps that can jumpstart something in the offense.
Coney fouls it off the end of the bat and stays alive. Dugout's starting to get a little louder for Trinity.
Dugout's coming alive.
This is the best at bat we've seen in quite a few innings. 3-2. In for strike 3, and Donald gets him looking. 14 in a row retired by Taj Donald, 1 away.
And he made him work for it.
Brings up Michael Lustina, the left fielder today. 1 for 2, struck out the last time he was up. Also with a base hit in that second inning. Takes a strike. Haven't been a lot of strikeouts today, only 4. It's been a lot of balls in play, flyouts, groundouts.
Done a good job being selective with the pitches they swing at. Sometimes a bit too selective, but done a good job putting the ball in play and making the defense work.
Lustina takes that pitch inside, 1-1. Hits this one high, and it should be an easy pop fly, and it is. 2 down as Fortman makes the catch at short. And so far what we've seen, pretty on brand with what Sewanee does. In terms of Ks per 9, only 6.5 is what they average as a staff.
Huh.
It's been the walks that have been missing in this one.
I think that's good for them. A lot of coaches preach hitting bats, right? I can't remember who it was, but it was a major league pitcher talked about he started becoming a lot better of a pitcher when he started trying to hit bats instead of miss them. Gives your defense a chance to work, and game moves along quicker for everybody.
Nick Jones ahead 1-0, fouls that off the end of the bat. Tigers have yet to walk in this game. Usually Sewanee as a staff gives up just over 5 walks per 9. That is the 7th worst mark in the conference and 220th in the country. Jones pops this one up out of play onto the roof. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, hit another ball. Ah, unfortunate.
Yeah, we have that pile of baseballs over there in the mush.
Yep. 1-2. Did he go around? They check. No, he did not. So Jones barely checking his swing, and it evens the count at 2-2.
And that is a brave umpire over there. They did not like that call, and they're letting him know.
The 2-2. 2 down in the inning, nobody on. Swing and a miss, it's strike 3. 16 in a row retired by Donald. And it takes us to the 8th in San Antonio. Sewanee with the 3-run lead. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University, top of the 8th inning. Sewanee with the 3-run lead as Boussard misses his first pitch of the inning for ball 1. Going against Bagwell, the left fielder, who made a pretty impressive play out there in left, taking away at the very least extra bases from Grant Anderson, if not all the bases.
Might have saved a run there, kept it to a 3-run lead.
Pitch. Finds the zone, a strike. Jack Boussard still on the mound. He's been mowing down Sewanee Tigers, not quite to the rate that Donald's been mowing down Trinity Tigers, but he's at the very least held this deficit ever since the 2nd inning. Big cut and a miss. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch gets away all the way to the backstop.
And a good stop by the ump.
And the throw.
He uses the foot.
World Cup coming in 2026.
Maybe he's going to try out.
Maybe. 3-2 pitch. Boussard in danger of issuing the leadoff walk. Instead, this ball is fouled out of play into the bullpen.
Yeah, I don't know how that Sewanee pitcher in the bullpen over there just sat there and watched that coming. That ball almost hit him, and he just sat there and watched it.
He's been around. He's been around the game.
He knew it.
He's got instincts. 3-2 in the zone for strike 3. Bagwell gets the bad news as he'll be sent back to the dugout, 1 down.
He was definitely not happy about that one and let the ump know.
Not a lot of people happy with the ump today.
Not a lot. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily he's made bad calls.
No.
I think he's just being forced to choose in very tough spots.
No, we've had way worse.
Yeah.
First pitch to Genuine. Inside, ball 1. Feeling a couple of raindrops here, Shepard.
Uh-oh.
A little bit. Inside out swing, foul ball. Goes down to strike 1. Wind really kicking up.
Wish I had an umbrella. I could float away like Mary Poppins.
He would. Or the umbrella would just go inside out. Nothing would happen.
Bit heavy for an umbrella.
Be the drone cam. Strike called out of the hand of Boussard. Two-hit day from Genuine. Last hit coming in the 5th inning. This is chopped fair. Moss fields it with a bare hand, throws in time, and they get him.
Wow. Very nice job by Thomas Moss to get down the baseline. That's not typically where you see a catcher making a play.
One of those in-betweeners that doesn't go quite far enough to Boussard.
That was almost halfway down the line. And in all that gear, makes the throw on the run. That's really impressive.
Now it's the catcher, Andres. Takes a ball. Andres 1 for 3, a base hit in the second inning. Takes a strike. Boussard has done everything the Tigers could have hoped for in this game, being down 3 runs. He's kept it that way, giving this offense every opportunity.
It's been mowing them down.
Type performance that definitely deserves a win, though the same can be said for Donald as well.
And I think the difference between the two pitchers is I think Boussard has just been a little bit more efficient with his pitches. He's worked very quickly, and that might just be because he has a very quick motion.
2-2 with 2 down in the inning. Boussard delivers. Lined into center field, it's a base hit. Only the second one that Boussard's given up today.
Looked like Boussard almost had that one. We see here on the replay, just missed it with his glove.
Tried to pick it. Instead, Andres waits on first. And now it's Lineberger. Struck out the last 2 times he's been up. 1 for 3 overall. Breaking ball misses in the dirt. Nice job by Moss to block it, prevent any advancement. Strong gust coming in from left.
You're looking a little chilly there, Cole.
Don't remind me. Strike called, 1-1. That's what I get for forgetting the sweatshirt. Thought about the rain jacket. Well, actually, I thought I had it in my backpack, and then I looked and it wasn't there. So, some unfortunate planning on my part.
I bet you will not forget it again.
This is flared into center field, and it's going to fall for a base hit. Andres will stay at second, so it's first and second for Sewanee with 2 down. Lineberger with his second base hit of the game. Back-to-back have reached by way of a base hit, and it flips the lineup over exactly the guy you would want up in Petrocco for Sewanee.
That's really frustrating for Boussard. He actually won that pitch. Really nice pitch, difficult to hit. Didn't get decent contact on it, but it just happened to fall in that spot where it's basically impossible to get to.
Petrocco ahead, 1-0. 2 base hits in this game, the last one coming in the 6th. He also had one in that 6-run second inning. Pitch misses inside again, 2-0. There is some action in the Trinity bullpen. Looks like Matthew Azordigan is up. Boussard has been in ever since he got the last out of the second inning. He's done an excellent job in relief. Trying to hold this 0, though. Throws back to second. Andres back in plenty of time.
And I understand the idea of bringing in a closer to finish this one out, but to an extent, I mean, if Boussard is working, why not save your arm for tomorrow and see if he can finish it out?
Pitch inside, and it hits him. And Petrocco is down. Looked like that may have gotten him right on the knee.
I think he's clutching his ankle.
Yeah, somewhere down there. And it looks like it is the ankle that he's grabbing. That would be a huge loss for Sewanee. See where it got him here. Yep, right on that ankle, looks like.
Yeah, it looked like it hit the knee, but he's holding the ankle, so I guess it hit him there.
And now the training staff is out, taking a look at him. Unable to put any weight on that foot. And he's going to be helped off. Now starting to put some weight on it.
They might walk him down to first.
Yeah, it looks like they're going down the first baseline instead of towards the dugout. I don't know how that would be possible for him to stay in the game at this point. He can barely stand on it. Wants to stay in.
It looks like he might stay.
In the meantime, Sewanee head coach Nate Burns and the home plate umpire exchanging words. And he's going to first base.
That's incredible effort from him over there. Just showing great team spirit, not willing to come out of the game.
And it looks like he's going to test it down that first base line a little bit. Now walking on his own. Still a bit of a limp. I think the big question is how does he stand to play second base after this? Even if he can stay on first base. Boussard getting a couple of warm-up tosses to stay fresh in between. And he's going to stay out there.
Wow.
After getting plunked in the ankle, could not put any weight on it after.
You have to admire that. Staying out there, even on a hurt ankle. That's impressive. It's like the umps are having a quick conversation.
Coach Burns was not happy about something.
I couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah, he was definitely displeased with the home plate umpire for some reason or another. Made him aware of it. Now a quick group meeting. This three-man crew.
Was he trying to maybe say that Boussard hit him on purpose?
I don't know why he would do that.
Yeah, and of anyone I know, Boussard is not the one to do that.
No reason to do it in the game sense either.
But I guess maybe is that his second hit batter or third?
Second, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know.
Actually, that is the third. This pitch gets away, but Moss able to hop on top of it with the bases loaded.
Yeah, very nice job being agile, getting over there and getting the ball before they can swipe home.
Charlie Teal ahead 1-0. 1 for 3 in this game, over a 290 hitter on the year. The base is loaded. Rips one into right field and it falls in front of Jones. 1 run scores, another being waved around. Sewanee extends the lead. 8-3 Purple Tigers.
That's frustrating. You get 2 outs. You think you got a chance to get out of the inning, and the guy just makes a really nice swing on it. Put it right in that area where you can't get to. It's a really nice swing. Can't get that out at home. And it looks like they will pinch run over at second.
So Aiden Petrocco staying in as long as he could, but now eventually subbed. Harrison Fitzgibbon will come in, the junior from Nashville, Tennessee, making his 5th appearance of the season.
So why were they trying to keep him in? If he gets pinch ran for, does he have to come out of the field?
Yes.
They can't just have a pinch runner?
They cannot. But he was going to have to. How is he going to play second base? That was my only question.
I don't know.
This is popped up sky high. Haynes waiting under it, and he makes the catch ultimately that will end the inning. But not before Sewanee adds on to their first runs coming ever since the second inning. It's 8-3. As it sends us to the bottom of the 8th. Tigers down 5. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. Trinity finds themselves down 8-3. As Sewanee was able to tack on 2 insurance runs in the top of the 8th. John Ramsey leads off the inning against Taj Donald, who remains in the game. Ramsey 1 for 2, 378 hitter overall, also with an RBI today. Takes a strike.
And after that last half inning, the Purple Tigers are out hitting the Tigers for Trinity by twice as many runs. Or hits, sorry, I should say.
13-6 in that category. Ramsey takes a strike. 8-3 in the column that matters.
There have been a lot of hits today.
Both of these teams find the series to be incredibly important for where they stand. 1-2 just misses from Donald. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sewanee comes into this game with a 6-6 conference record, 4th in the conference overall, in a position to make the tournament, but could really solidify that this weekend. Ramsey pops one up above our heads on the roof. 1, and it's off. Trinity, on the other hand, if you look at the NPI numbers, they are 39th. And the general rule of thumb is you want to be in the top 40 in order to be an at-large team. Ramsey hits this one high into center field. Genuine under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. 17 in a row, now retired by Donald. So 1 down in the inning, and that'll flip the lineup over. Caleb Woodward coming up to the plate, 1 for 3 today.
And at a certain point, the Sewanee coaches are happy with what he's doing on the mound, but you got to wonder where his pitch count is at, and if they want to protect his arm.
Fires strike 1.
I mean, he had that long second inning, and he's been going ever since.
Ahead 0-2 on Woodward. Pitching stability, something that Sewanee's been looking for really all year. They have a team ERA of 5.84, and they're 272nd in strikeout to walk ratio. Pitch misses 1-2. And the big thing is that they only have 2 pitchers who have thrown over 30 innings, Donald being one of them.
It's really impressive that he was able to come back from that second inning and just dominate like he's been.
Trying to retire his 18th batter in a row, 1 strike away from doing that. Ahead 1-2 on Woodward after the foul ball. Rough conditions and all, he's just been mowing them down. Woodward softly grounds one to short. Throw over is in time from Fortman, and there's 2 away. So Woodward, the leadoff guy, retired, and now it's number 2 hitter Thomas Moss. Still looking for his first hit today. He is 0 for 3. Strikeout, groundout, and a flyout. Breaking ball misses.
Looks like the home plate ump has been calling those as the game has gone on less and less.
That's what it seems like.
Started off the game giving a lot of those for strikes, and since then.
That pitch called the strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss at the slider. 1-2. Well, it's not going to be a perfect game for Donald, but he's definitely finishing it like it is. This would be 19 in a row. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. And the count evens at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Nobody on. trying to work a perfect eighth. Moss fouls it into the screen. Some stirring in the Sewanee bullpen, and it does look like there's some people throwing down there, so we'll see how much longer Donald has.
And this is sort of where you lie in this position. Do you leave him in because he's doing so good and let him finish it out?
Softly grounded on 3 hops to short. Fortman with the sidearm throw in time. 19 in a row retired by Taj Donald, and it sends us to the 9th. Sewanee up 5 in San Antonio. It's 8-3. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. It is the top of the 9th inning. Sewanee trying to add on to their 5-run lead. Broussard back out there, and the first pitch goes all the way to the backstop. Tyler Pinson still out there, the sophomore from Mount Pleasant, Georgia. 324 hitter coming into this game. He's recorded a hit in 15 of his last 17 games. As he hits a fly ball to deep left field, going back at the wall, and it lands at the base of it. Pinson walks into second base for a leadoff double. He got all of that one.
Yeah, that was mashed. He turned on that. I think if he just gets a little bit more under it, we're not seeing that ball again.
So Pinson's second hit of the day, and it will prompt a pitching change. Broussard sees one batter in the 9th inning, and his day is now done. Third arm of the day for Trinity coming in when we come back. Welcome back to the Alamo City. New arm on the mound is Matthew Azordigan. ERA just under 7 through 10 1/3 innings pitched. Trying to hold this deficit where it is in the top of the 9th. Faces Spencer Yu, who swings and misses at the first pitch he sees, strike 1. Yu 1 for 3, a base hit in the 2nd inning. He's also reached by way of a hit by pitch. Ground ball, Ramsey has it at short and throws to first in time for out number 1. Pinzon able to take third on the play though.
So he moves the runner over, and now he's in a position where all they have to do is put one out in the outfield, get the sac fly, move the lead up to 6.
Very important insurance run out there, and Bagwell trying to bring it in. The infield is all the way in. First pitch misses outside. So Trinity ready to cut the run at home if they get the opportunity to do that. There's some room to put it over their heads. Bagwell hitless in this game. He's also struck out twice. Check swing. And it looks like they're going to assess the strike. Brings the count to 1-1. Hit in the air, foul out of play on the roof. 1, and no chance.
Wow.
Off the end.
I think this wind is knocking these balls off the roof, not giving us any good bounces.
Oh, we got the 6 today, right?
We did get the 6.
That felt like so long ago.
It was a while ago.
1-2. Check swing on a ball in the dirt, and whoa, that was a gust. We have paperweights up here. It almost blew one of them off. Shepherd's water bottle. Nearly went for a ride.
The Owala.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Check swing and a ball in the dirt again. Did not go around according to the first base umpire. Runs the count full.
Good job by Moss behind the plate. It's 2 blocked pitches in a row, keeping that runner at third.
The countdown count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on third. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Foul tip into the glove of Moss, and a very important second out.
There's a nice breaking ball in there. Difficult to get onto, and just swung on top of it. Didn't get enough of it.
And it brings up the center fielder, Genuine. A 2-hit day, his last one coming in the 5th inning. Trying to bring in a very important insurance run. Runner on third with 2 down. Takes a ball in the dirt, nicely blocked by Moss. Every block just that much more significant with the runner on third.
And he's doing a great job back there, lighting everything up, not letting anything by him.
Pitch high, 2-0. The infield has backed up to normal depth with 2 down in the inning. 2-0 pitch from Azordigan. Hit in the air, deep to center field. Woodward backing up on it, and now camps under it to end the inning. Azordigan able to leave the runner stranded and get the 3 batters he faces. Takes us to the bottom of the 9th. Trinity down to their final 3 outs, down 5. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Trinity down to their final 3 outs of this game, and they'll face Taj Donald once again. He's thrown 104 pitches today, going for the first complete game of his career. Baker takes the ball outside, 1-0. Pitch again, misses outside, 2-0. Gus coming in from left field as they have done most of the day.
Believe it or not, for our viewers at home, the wind is actually picking up.
Stronger, yeah. Baker rips one into right field, and it breaks up the streak of 19 in a row retired by Donald. Leadoff base runner for Trinity. And it brings up Grant Anderson, hitless today, 0 for 3 overall. And Coach Burns is going to come out. And it looks like that will be the day for Donald. They gave him the opportunity to finish this one out, but it looks like his day is done. A new arm coming in for Sewanee for the first time today when we come back. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. New arm on the mound for the first time today for Sewanee, and it's Charlie Teal. Comes in with an ERA of 1.93, and he was also playing first base the entirety of the game. Down 1-0 to Grant Anderson. Tigers working with their first base runner since the second inning, in the form of Will Baker on first. They checked to see if Anderson swung. He did not. Ryan Zaparanik has taken over at first base for Teal. He's holding on Baker right now. Anderson swings 2-0. Touch the bag at first, and that's all they'll get. So Zaparanik taking the easy out, not going for the double play. Baker takes second. One away in the ninth. Brings up Sawyer Haynes. Base hit in the second. 2 flyouts since then. 1 for 3 overall. Teal replacing Taj Donald, who walked off to a standing ovation from his teammates and the Sewanee parents and alumni who made the trip. Haynes swings and puts one out into left field, and it falls. So the second hit of the inning for Trinity. They have runners at the corners with one down. Two-hit day for Sawyer Haynes, and it brings up Cal Coney. Coney also looking for his first hit since the second inning, 1 for 3 overall.
And the wind has finally subsided a little bit.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it. Coney takes a breaking ball, low and away. My papers are hanging on for dear life. The 1-0 pitch. High and outside, 2-0. Teal has 3 saves for Sewanee this year. This is not a save situation. And now we're going to get a mound visit. Has allowed a base hit since entering into the game, has gotten an out, but behind 2-0 here, in danger of loading the bases. Putting the tying run on deck. And it actually looks like this might be a medical issue. Training staff coming on. And I wonder if they're going to pull him because of an injury. This is Teal's 7th pitching appearance of the season. He's thrown 4 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, and the 3 saves that I mentioned, but in danger of having this appearance cut short.
Didn't look like something happened during the throw, but maybe he felt something after.
Now they're checking out his arm right now. There is some action in the Sewanee bullpen. Coach Burns looking back to the bullpen every now and then. Seems like there's going to be a new arm coming in.
Most likely. I doubt they leave him out there after this. There's no rush, though, because with the injury replacement, he gets as long as he wants on the field to warm up.
Cal Coney ahead 2-0. Let's see if he faces Teal or if it's an injury replacement. And it looks like Evan Kuhl has come out on deck and grabbed a bat. This would be his first appearance since he suffered an injury at TLU way early in the season. Was the 8th game of the year, and there is a new pitcher that's going to come on for Sewanee. An injury replacement as Charlie Teal's day is done. We'll step aside in San Antonio. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Bottom of the ninth inning, Tigers down 5, and a new arm on the mound for Sewanee is Eli Potter, sophomore from Burns, Tennessee, making his 11th appearance of the year. The ERA below 2, the whip below 2. Sewanee swings and misses. ERA at 4.33. Potter's last appearance, 3 innings pitched against Millsaps. Walked 2, struck out 1, gave up no earned runs. Pitch misses in the dirt. Sewanee ahead 3-1 as this substitution was made mid at bat due to an injury. The 3-1. Called strike 3-2. Runners at the corners after the Tigers earned their first hits since the second inning. Will Baker and Sawyer Haynes both reaching by way of singles. Pitch inside and low, and it's ball 4. The bases are loaded for Trinity, and the tying run is on deck. And as I mentioned earlier, Evan Kuhl will come to the plate. Kuhl making his first appearance in quite some time. Takes a strike. Suffered an injury in a game at TLU on March 3rd. Making his first appearance since then. Pitch called the strike, outside edge.
This is the type of high-pressure situation that a lot of closers and relievers thrive in. They actually sometimes prefer it to be this high stress.
0-2 just misses. Kuhl in a 1-2 count with the bases loaded. Baker on third, Haynes on second, Sewanee on first. Swing and a miss, that's strike 3. Kuhl goes down on 4 pitches, and the Tigers are down to their last out.
Pulled the string on the changeup there. That one was rough.
This is hit in the air to left field, and that'll end the ball game. Singhania flies out, and Sewanee has taken game 1, 8-3. Trinity leaves the bases loaded to end the 9th. All behind a strong start from Taj Donald, who pitches into the 9th inning and retired 19 consecutive batters. Sewanee above 500 in conference play at 7-6. Well, that'll do it for us here in Game 1 in San Antonio. Stick around for Game 2 of this doubleheader. We'll be right back up here, wind and rain and all. We're up here on the roof bringing you guys great coverage on Tiger Network. Stick around. We'll be back in about half an hour.